Vikramaditya Motwane, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you.
Vikram, you are one of the jury members of 2025 Red Lorry Film Festival, which will be held in Mumbai and Hyderabad between March 21st and 23rd.
Yeah.
Thank you first for bringing many acclaimed films from across the world for Cinephile.
Thank
So,
you.
to start with, how many films will be screened at the festival, and which are some of the films that you really want to recommend to the cine lovers?
No, so honestly, that the BMS team will be able to tell you better as to how many films and that kind of stuff because I don't know all the sections. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. I know that I'm on the jury for two sections of the festival, and I think both those sections there is a first time filmmaker section and a competition section. So about me and I think our common jury people will be doing about 15 films in total that we have to end up watching across these two sections. Which is quite exciting. I mean, I love watching movies anyway, so in that sense, I'm always ever ready for um watching as many movies as I can.
So Emilia Perez, which is in the Oscar race with 13 nominations, will also have its India premiere at the Red Lorry Film Festival. What is most appealing part of this Spanish language French musical that is resonating with the audiences across the world?
I mean, I think Emilia Perez is, um, to be honest, and not to get drawn into any of the controversy around the film right now, because again, we're not native Spanish speakers, so I understand that the Mexican people are pretty upset about some of the things that have actually been said.
Yeah.
Or the way that they've been sort of like done. I do think it's a very accessible film. I think it's an interesting film. It's got a great climax. And I think these are the things that are actually sort of like resonating with people. Also, a great cast. You can't deny the fact that it's got a fantastic cast. And I think this is resonating with people all around the world.
Do you see it taking home the Best Picture Oscar
Oh my God.
over Brutalist?
Well, there's in fact, right, if you go by whatever the trades are going, there's Emilia Perez, there's the Brutalist, there's Anora, because Anora just picked up the PGA award and the DGA award.
Yes.
There's also Conclave, which is the most kind of probably the broadest film on the entire bunch, and there's also a Complete Unknown,
Yeah.
which is the Bob Dylan
Bob
biopic,
Dylan biopic, yeah.
which is gathering a lot of steam. So there's five films, and I wouldn't be surprised if any of these five films won it, quite honestly.
Oh, you're not telling us your favorite from the lineup.
My favorite, again, there is no, yeah, but the Oscars, the problem is that there's always analysis and that kind of stuff. My favorite film of the year of this entire bunch that I have seen is Anora, for sure. It's my favorite film.
Sure. Sean Baker.
Yes.
Universal Language, that is a Canada's official Oscar entry, where the light breaks, the opening film for Uncertain Regard, say that's a section of the 2024 Cannes Festival, and Film Lover, a French auto fiction SF film, will also be part of this year's lineup of Red Lorry Film
Yeah.
Festival. Which
Yeah.
are some of the key elements that you look when you're selecting a film for a festival, say like this one?
I think ऐसा कुछ नहीं है यार, because like, look, cinema is diverse. The world is diverse. The world's voices are diverse, and even within those things, you've got diverse voices within certain industries. So I think a film festival is the most incredible melting pot to see the most diverse movies from all around the world. So I'm saying between Universal Language and Emilia Perez, automatically right there, even though they're both, one is from, of course, a Canadian film, and one is a French, Spanish, Mexican um, film. So different from each other, so incredibly different from each other. And I've seen both of them, and they're so different. But there's also a movie like Red Rooms, which is again a French Canadian production, about a serial killer's trial and this woman obsessed with it. I mean, there's all this sort of stuff, and then at the same point, so there's so much diversity in a film festival that I think it comes down to whatever moves you, what works for you, what you like, what you're gonna nudge your friends and message your people and tell them, go watch this, go see this, you must watch this, you must see this. I think that, as we do with normal word of mouth, I think that kind of like works as well for a film festival as well.
Do you have a favorite film or filmmaker from this year's lineup of Red Lorry Film Festival?
Favorite film or filmmaker from the thing? Red Rooms is actually the one that I really like. I think it's a very ingenious, very interesting film. I highly recommend people go watch that.
Are there any experimental films or format or storytelling that cinephiles can experience for the first time at this year's Red Lorry Film Festival?
I think honestly, for everybody, if you're not into a cinematic format, everything's an experiment. So it's good. And for people, I would highly recommend people who have never been to a festival to come to a festival and watch the kind of movies there. It'll open your mind. It did for all of us. Yeah, we all entered, film festivals to watch something for the very first time, and your mind got blown because you had never seen anything like that before. I remember the first Mani that I went for example, I had never seen any of those kind of movies. I saw a Kiarostami film for the first time. I saw a Kubrick film for the first time. I saw so many things for the first time, and it's a fantastic gateway to get into anything else. So, highly recommended that people should come and do that.
Your recommendation matters a lot. Remember you telling us the film that changed your life was a German film called, not German film, film called Underground.
Yeah, as a Serbian film.
Yeah, that was very good. So
Again, saw that film in a small little room somewhere in above Baida's theater. VHS copy. 50 people are trying to look at one TV screen. Incredible.
now, you of course are the creator of Black Warrant, the acclaimed Netflix film series starring Zahan Kapoor, Paramveer Singh Cheema, Anurag Thakur, and Rahul Bhatt. Now, you're a master craftsman. We have seen in all your films or series. What's the big idea behind picking up the sensational cases for Black Warrant?
Those were all in the book. It's based on a book. The book is all about Mr. Sunil Gupta's life in Tihar as a jailer for 35 years. And these are all true cases that has actually happened to him. So we've just picked up the cases that are actually the way they are in the book. There's nothing different that we've done.
So then, the world is of course showering praises on Zahan Kapoor. We don't see him in a full-fledged action sequence in the show, yet he made his mark. The show, of course, has a lot of violence in it. How much effort went into extracting this brilliant performance from Zahan Kapoor for this character of Sunil Kumar Gupta?
I mean, honestly, it's all Zahan. Zahan himself is a very, very accomplished actor, but it's also not just that. He's lived his entire life in the theater. He's been part of the Prithvi family. He is a part of the Prithvi family. He's been a part of that family for since he was born, literally. So he comes with a lot of knowledge. He comes with a lot of information. He comes with a lot of a wealth of experience that he's bringing to the table. So a lot is all him. As a director, your greatest thing you can do is be able to just like pinpoint them people in different directions, and that's what I had to do with Zahan. We have to tell him very much.
Uh, I think this question I'm asking for all on behalf of all the fans of Jubilee. When will we see part two of that show? And will you now be telling the story of sort of making of Kishore Kumar? That's Madan Kumar's younger brother in the show.
That's a question I cannot answer right now because you have to talk to Amazon about that.
Then I have to ask you, each time you team up with Amit Trivedi, the outcome has always been a solid soundtrack, be it Udan, Jubilee, or Lutera. What brief generally do you share with your composer, and do you explain them the kind of sound you're looking for, particularly the space, or do you leave it on Amit Trivedi in this case?
Most of the time, I just leave it on it. He's great. He gets the brief. He reads the script really well. He understands exactly what one's trying to achieve. And once you've got it all in the script, I think it makes it very easy for Amit to really understand what you do. But I will have to also give credit with Amit, also give credit to both the lyric writers. In Udan Lutera's case, it's Amitabh Bhattacharya. In Jubilee's case, it's Kausar Munir. They do a lot of work on the on the songs and the lyrics, and they bring meaning into it, which I would never be able to do myself. And I think they are amazing collaborators with Amit and with me as well. So I think that it's not just Amit and me, it's Amit, me, and the lyrics writers actually who do all that work.
What was the reference for the Riya Raja? Was there any Raj Kapoor song that you shown him or told him to listen to?
Eh, Not really. I think we wanted to do a song which is going to be a Kohli type song. So in that sense, there's enough references from folk music uh here to be able to do it.
And finally, your grandfather made a film called Andolan in the year 1945.
Mhm.
Your family owned the Chicago
50,
radio.
yeah. For 49 they started shooting, 51 it released.
Yeah, and the Chicago radio actually played an important role in amplifying the voices of the leaders of India's freedom struggle.
Yep.
Would you please like to share any story from that the one your grandfather told you about India struggle, or about the leaders like Gandhiji or Subhash Chandra Bose?
I never met my grandfather, unfortunately. He passed away before I was born. And so all the old family elders who had actually been a part of the freedom struggle or been living through that time were all unfortunately gone by the time I was of an age where I could ask them any questions. So yeah, it's one of the regrets, not regrets, but one of the unfortunate things that you wish that, you could have had some FaceTime with to ask a bunch of questions. But unfortunately, I couldn't. So all I know is things that have been passed down to me by either word of mouth or books or reels or movies or something. So.